Okay, a bit of a long title for this video, but it's basically how to stream to a TV from a PC with a VPN. Now, a lot of the things on the videos on this channel are showing you how to use a VPN to bypass geo-blocks. So, for instance, millions of people use a VPN to watch BBC iPlayer for free from outside the UK, or they use a VPN to stream the US version of Netflix, which has got some great content that's not available on everybody else's version of Netflix, and so on and so forth. ABC, NBC, Paramount, lots of channels in different countries, DSTV. It's all usually accessible with a VPN, but a VPN works best on a TV, a PC or a laptop. It's much harder to get a VPN directly on your TV, but if we've all got these big high-res TVs in our living rooms, it'd be nicer to watch on that, wouldn't it? So this is basically what I'm going to step you through here, is the different options of how to get that content from your PC or laptop onto your TV. Now, I'm assuming you've got a relatively up-to-date smart TV, because it's much easier with that, basically because you need all the sort of connections and stuff. But it doesn't always need to be. So let's dig in. Okay, so just a couple of things. I'm going to mention a few methods. I'm going to show you the easiest ones, and then I'll mention the others that you can go and check out yourself. But basically, using a VPN with streaming methods, these methods all work fine without a VPN, but there are some little quirks with a VPN. Now, the first one I'm going to mention is HDMI, which I'll show you in a second, and that's a physical connection. There's no problems with using that. If you can use this cable, there's no issues with a VPN or not a VPN. Chromecast and AirPlay, they're casting protocols, which I'll show you as well. There can be some issues with this, basically because they won't be able to see each other, because these protocols rely on local network discovery. And if you're using a VPN on your laptop, your TV won't find you, and vice versa, because they'll be on different networks. There's a way around this, and I'll mention it too. There's a Wi-Fi direct method called Miracast, which I'll show you as well, which is built into Windows. Doesn't usually have a problem with VPNs, but it could be blocked. And then DLNA, again, I don't go into great detail here, but this is great for sharing local media. So if you've got movies and stuff in file format, you've got the MPEGs, the AVIs or whatever, and you want to sort of access your catalogue, there's some issues with VPNs then. So I just wanted to mention those, and I'll go into the simplest methods straight away. So, the first one is to use a HDMI adapter. Let me just see. Right here. HDMI is the gold standard. This is the simplest way to do it and the best quality. If you want reliability, a direct HDMI connection is best. So basically you get a HDMI cable, plug it into the back of your laptop, PC, and plug the other side into your TV. So just connect the table there. For newer laptops, they won't have HDMI ports. They'll have USB-C ports. So you'll need a little cable, which I've briefly showed you a minute ago, but I'll go back and show you now. Let me just show you quickly. Oh, no, it's just... Then after you've done that, you select the input source, basically. So you connect your cable, select the input source, so it'll be on HDMI. I mean, if you've got an up-to-date TV, you might have 4 or 5 HDMI ports. You just need to select the right one, and then you can control the settings. It usually just works straight out of the box, but if you press the Windows key and P, you can extend the modes and the settings. And in macOS, you can do it from System Settings Display. You can just adjust your screen arrangement. Probably won't need to do that, but the advantage is zero latency. It works. You get no drop off in quality. Audio fidelity works brilliantly. Don't have any problems with DRM, protected streaming. Streaming sometimes has issues. If you're streaming from things like Amazon Prime or Netflix, you might have an issue. And there's no network requirements. It's easiest, really. The limitations are kind of obvious, really. You need a physical cable and somewhere to put you've got to get that cable from your desktop or your laptop to the TV. So If your PC is upstairs or in the next room or down the landing or whatever, that might be an issue. So mobility and cable length is the biggest thing, and adapters for newer laptops. So if you haven't got a HDMI port on your laptop or PC, just have a look at these. What you're looking for is use it USB-C. Now I've bought this the other day and I had a quick go of it. It seemed to work all right, but I wouldn't definitely say it's brilliant. But what you're looking for is a Type C, as long as you've got USB-C on your laptop or desktop, to HDMI adapter. So you plug that into your laptop, and this end just has the HDMI cable to your TV, and that'll work as well. I'd really try and use that option if you can, because it's so much less hassle than the others. The next option is Chromecast, Universal Wireless Streaming. Now, this basically streams what's on your screen onto your smart TV. Now, the smart TV needs to support Chromecast, and of course you need to use Chrome on your to stream it. So, for instance, you could go into BBC iPlayer here. You find the little three dots. Sorry, it's not on my screen here, but little three dots, right-hand corner. And select, you should have cast, save and share there, and select cast. Now, I haven't got anything on the network at the moment, but if it's on the same network, you should see the connection there. So you'd see a smart TV and stuff. Remember, they must be on the same network. So if you've got a Wi-Fi network, connect them to the same one. This is where a VPN can cause problems, because if you've got your VPN connected to the UK and you're in, I don't know, Germany, it won't be on the same network then, because your whole PC will be kind of on a German network, and your TV won't see you. There are a couple of ways to do that. Your VPN provider, if it has something called split tunneling, then you can just allow one browser to be on the VPN and the rest of the computer ignores the VPN. That works. If you're using one of the new ones, I use NordVPN, which you can get a great discount below in my description if you want. You will be able to do this. Use the Chrome extension, which here it is, which is free. It's just part of the basic subscription, and you can do a little connection from within the browser, and that only affects the browser and seems to work really well with both Chromecast and Apple AirPlay as well. So just use Chrome, select cast, choose your TV. If you can't see it, try split tunneling or using a Chrome extension if you have it. Then just choose your content. It should work perfectly. So it's great for streaming YouTube, whatever's on your stream basically, web videos and browser-based content, casual viewing. It basically works in 2 seconds. Not great for gaming. If you're trying to game on your laptop, I wouldn't use that. You need a cable, really. And Netflix and other DRM protected services can cause a problem, but if you cast directly from the browser tab or the official app, usually works fine. Excuse me. Okay, the same really is with Apple AirPlay, works basically the same. The main stumbling block, the bit that stops most people is this: are they on the same Wi-Fi network? Click the control center icon in your Mac's menu bar, screen mirroring, and choose your compatible TV, and it should be straight up there. Works really well, and don't have any performance lag with the ones I've tried it. I've done this from an iPad to an LG and a Samsung TV, and it's worked without problems. Again, that same Wi-Fi network is the important thing, and VPN does make it a bit awkward. But yeah, it works perfectly well. There are other options, right? I won't go into these in detail now because it'll make my video long, and people rarely watch to the end anyway. So if you haven't got Chromecast or you can't use Chrome for some reason, there is something called Miracast, which is built into Windows PCs. You probably never noticed it. It uses Wi-Fi Direct. If you want to see it, it works very similar to Chromecast, really. Press the Windows key and press K, and you'll get this cast button down in the corner. I hope you can see that. It's not off the screen. And it works in the same way. So you can cast directly from your laptop. A Windows laptop, of course. It won't be on Apple or Linux or anything like that. So it works great for PCs. It's got lower latency. It works. I've not used it extensively, but it's basically screen mirroring like Apple AirPlay. But yeah, it works quite well. I use Chromecast or the cable most of the time. If your files consist, if you're watching your movies that are actually, you have the AVIs or the MPEGs or whatever, you can use something called DLNA, which is a more complicated method, but works really well for personal media libraries. So if you've got thousands of movies and photos, you just you can play them directly. So you're not actually streaming your screen or casting your screen. You're just having them stored on a laptop or a PC, or a network storage device as well works well. So you can just store the files there. There's lots of those available that support DLNA. And check it out, really. It'll take some tweaking, but it works really well. So you can access it through your TV. Most media players or a network browser will be able to access those files, and you don't need the laptop then, maybe. It's best for basically content you've downloaded. Don't use it for live streaming. They're easier methods. Okay, that's all for now. That's hopefully it's given you an introduction to the subject. But basically, just to summarize, I would use the HDMI cable if you can at all do it. But appreciate that not everybody can. Because if your desktop's miles away and cable limitations, but that's definitely the easier way. And then look at the streaming, Chromecast and Apple AirPlay if you need to go another route. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll finish the video now and have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.